When Sergio Aguero scored that goal against Queen's Park Rangers, Martin Tyler famously said, "I swear you will never see anything like this ever again." Well, Manchester City are the Premier League champions, but they did go down the same line. But due to Ilkay Gundogan's masterclass brace, the Pep Guardiola managed side emerged victorious. 4 Premier League titles in 5 seasons. That's amazing. We'll discuss the entire Premier League season. Liverpool also missed out due to a small margin, just a points margin. And then the relegation battle is there as well. I'm joined by Hardik here. Welcome to the show, Hardik. And I am joined by Elko Shatori as well, the former Kerala Blasters manager and Dutch coach. And I'm joined by Pramod as well, who is the supporter, Liverpool supporter from Bangalore. Welcome to the show, guys. It has been a roller coaster of a season. I'll start with Elko there. Elko, did you imagine Manchester City coming back from that 2-0 deficit?
First of all, I think I got a little bit more gray hair in my beard from that game. But yeah, honestly, I'm a big Manchester City fan, and based on Pep Guardiola. I think it was 20 minutes before the end of the game. I was watching with my son. I switched to the Liverpool game because I thought, let's see what at Liverpool is happening. And within 5 minutes, it's suddenly 3-2. So I like, what happened? So I missed out on the goals, although I watched them today, of course. But yeah, it was a very exciting finish. More beautiful it cannot get in football, I guess.
Absolutely, you summed it up pretty perfectly there. But for Liverpool, it was pretty heartbreaking after what Aston Villa, Steven Gerrard and Philippe Coutinho did their job. But it was fate that Gundogan came back, substituted in and went in to score a brace. What was your reaction there, Pramod?
So I was hosting a screening in Bangalore for about 200 odd Liverpool fans, and we all went in with absolutely no hopes. But the way Villa started the game, and our hearts were on the table. So it is pretty heartbreaking after the way the game went. But it's fine. It was too much of an ask from Villa. I mean, we did our part.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's perfection that is needed to defeat this City team. We will go again next year.
Absolutely, I'm pretty sure Liverpool will be up there right again next season, and all is not lost for Liverpool. There's a big Champions League final against Real Madrid also coming up, so that's the big clash next week. But Hardik, those 3 substitutions, I think that changed the entire course of game for Manchester City. Alexander Zinchenko, then came Ilkay Gundogan and Raheem Sterling. All were there in terms of assist and goal there.
Yeah, certainly, and the credit must be given to Pep Guardiola. He has been instrumental in the last 6 years for City. The kind of football that they are playing, possession-based, quick rotation of the ball, making off-the-ball movements, creating a siege in the opponent's box. So it has been Pep Guardiola has played a key role in this title success, and in the last 5 years, 6 years.
Yep.
He has won the FA Cup, the League Cups.
So domestically, he has won everything.
Everything. It's just the Champions League.
Yep. And that's the big one. That's still pending for Pep Guardiola and Manchester City, the Champions League trophy. But Elko, I'll come back to you there. 4 Premier League titles in 5 seasons, in the last 5 seasons, and in total 6 seasons, 4 Premier League titles. As a manager, how do you rate that in the toughest league of all? I think it must be a dream come true for Pep Guardiola.
You can look at this from many angles, to be honest. First of all, is of course, if you want to buy a nice car and you have a lot of money, you buy the most expensive car that gives you the most quality. And you look at Manchester City has the ability to buy the players they basically want. Having said that, if you look at, and this I found the most astonishing of becoming again champion, is they basically played without a real striker for the last 2 years almost, and that is something that I have enormous respect for when it comes to Guardiola. But overall, yeah, the championship, or in this becoming champion of a league, if you have the best players, so that means the process over the long run normally almost guarantees you that win. The Champions League is a complete different story in my opinion.
Absolutely, and I'll put up a bit of a debate here for all of you guys. We have Unni joining us from Bengaluru as well. He's a Tottenham Hotspur supporter, and he must be elated right now given the impact of Antonio Conte. They have finished in the top 4 above Arsenal. That's the big one for them as well. So how are you feeling, Unni, there?
You can see by the smile on my
Yep.
face how I'm feeling, right?
Yep.
I woke up very happy. It was AFTV and chill for the longest time last night, and yeah, I mean, considering how we started the season and with Nuno, it was diabolical the way we were playing the matches. None of the players were interested in playing for the team, and at least it seemed like that. And then once we made that managerial change, it's just been there were a few uh, places where we did fall down, but then we picked ourselves back up, and that's what you can see in the team, that the team is actually motivated to play and they want to achieve things, and that they've got that back in them. They want to fight, so that's great to see. And I'm happy that Arsenal slipped up and helped us get into fourth. It really it's really like when the longest time we've had a positive end to a season. you know Even though it's a Champions League place and all that, but like still it's after a very long time that we've had a positive end to a season, being a Spurs fan at least.
Absolutely, and for Pep Guardiola, Elko, I'll come to you here. The dominance in English football. I mean, the way he has changed the
I'm not able
perception
to hear.
of passing the ball from the starting from the goalkeeper, playing a possession based game, high pressing. So, do you think when Pep Guardiola first came into English football to Manchester City, there were many doubts whether he would be a successful manager here or not. But the decade of dominance by Manchester City, especially under Pep Guardiola, of course, it started with Roberto Mancini and Manuel Pellegrini. But how Pep Guardiola has taken this Manchester City to a different level. As a City fan, I think you must be elated. And what are the key points you think Pep Guardiola has made the biggest difference in?
First of all, to change a certain culture, English football is a completely different culture than. I'm not going to say just the long ball play, but overall that was the strategy or the way of playing in England, long ball and everything on power. He got criticized, I remember, in the beginning with his inverted wing backs and how to manipulate space. And I am very related to that kind of playing. Wherever I went, I also tried to implement that idea, but things take simply time, and he got that time. And I'm happy that a big club like that, the sheikh who bought this club with a lot of money, he gave him this time. Normally they are impatient, but of course he delivered. First team, I think they became third, if I'm correct. It's all about sticking together, be one family, have an idea, have a strategy, and go out. The only difference, as I said, he has, of course, a bucket of money to buy the players that he wants. I will be on one point a little bit critical to Guardiola because not everything is great. I think his recruitment skills aren't that great, if I would be honest. I think Liverpool coach is much better in that, but everyone has pluses and minuses.
Absolutely. You just touched upon the debate I was talking about. Pep Guardiola versus Jurgen Klopp. That is the hottest topic in England and European football, or world football perhaps. Pep Guardiola has won 4 Premier League titles, 4 Carabao Cups, 1 FA Cup. Domestic wise, he has won everything. But Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool have that elusive Champions League. So Elko, I'll start with you before I move to Hardik. Jurgen Klopp versus Pep Guardiola, one pick.
What is the question?
Jurgen Klopp versus Pep Guardiola, what would be your pick?
I will always stick to what I always been fan of, that is Guardiola. But I am convinced on what I see is that Jurgen Klopp is a bit more balanced in. If I look at the composition of a Liverpool team, it is more composed in balance. But as I said before, to win a league is eventually due to the qualities, and they have a bigger budget, so that's what it's due to, in my opinion.
True. I'll come to Pramod here. Pramod, Pep Guardiola did take a slight jibe at Liverpool, saying that they have won just one Premier League title. Although you guys have that elusive Champions League trophy, but as managerial wise, be a slightly neutral here. As a football fan, as a natural football fan, which manager do you think is the better one, posted at the moment?
See, as a neutral, if I have to see, it's about how a person utilizes the resources at hand. Jurgen Klopp was not given this budget when he walked in.
True.
First, he had to prove what he can do with substandard players. Okay, the guys who are getting battered, the same group of guys who are coming 10th and 9th in the league.
True.
Pep Guardiola inherited a team that were already champions. We had not even whiffed. We had a League Cup in 2012.
Yep.
Okay, so that's all we had. Okay, so to inherit that and utilizing those resources. So, but I don't want to sound unfair to Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is like a CEO of a big billion-dollar company. All right, he's like the way Walmart operates. Okay, you bring him in to maximize profits. Okay, you don't bring him in to save a sinking ship. You bring a Jurgen Klopp to save a sinking ship. You bring a Jurgen Klopp to tell you a story. So, as a neutral, I mean, even when what he did with Dortmund and Mainz, you know, upliftment is what he does. So, I'd marginally say, you know, Klopp a little bit ahead of Guardiola. Although, I mean, Guardiola he's an excellent manager. Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from him.
Absolutely, there's no denying the fact that both are world-class managers and have left their impact in English football, be it Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp or Manchester City under Pep Guardiola. But Hardik, quickly, if you have to sum up Guardiola versus Klopp debate, which manager will you pick?
I think that Klopp has been tremendous this season. The changes that he has made throughout the season. Against Southampton, he made a bold move, chose 9 different players from the regular starters, and that helped them. He showed faith in the team, and they delivered. So it's about taking the right decisions at the right time, playing direct football, and then, as everyone mentioned, that he wasn't given the resources to deliver this kind of football.
True.
And he has also taken the help of analytics. He has also used his managerial skills, stayed patient, and delivered the results in time. So I think that Klopp is a good manager, but we can't subside what Guardiola has done all these years.
Absolutely, it's just a matter of which team wins the more trophies or the most important trophy, that is the Champions League, or the consistency-wise the Premier League. So it's a very heated debate between two passionate fan base. But we'll move to individual accolades. Manchester City obviously won the Premier League as a team. Liverpool were unlucky to miss out on this race by just a whisker. But if you look at the individual accolades here, Hardik, Mohamed Salah, again a fantastic season for him, clinical as always. He's the best playmaker as well, the most assists in the league. But we have to praise Son Heung-min for what he has done this season without a single penalty.
Yeah, first Asian to clinch the Golden Boot.
Yep.
So, and he's a complete player. He has taken 12. He has scored 12 goals from his left, 11 from his right, 4 from outside the box, 1 via free kick. So he has been massive for Tottenham Hotspur.
Yep.
And the way he compliments Harry Kane is just it's just a joy to watch them play.
Absolutely, and I'll come to Unni here as well. Unni, how happy are you with how Son has performed this season? I mean, he has taken the Premier League by storm. No one expected him to at least be there in the Golden Boot race, let alone win it altogether.
Yeah, so Son, I have seen him progressing year on year. He's just been getting better and better. This year has been his best year so far. You know, there was Son for the longest time was a purple patch player, where he would have these streaks of 3-4 months where he would just go on he would score or assist literally every game. Then he would disappear for like 5-6 games. Then he would be back again for like another 5-6 games. This season, it seems like he's ironed that out of his system and he's just consistently performing. And even Conte himself said that I would be crazy to take off Son Heung-min in the middle of a match. So we can see how impactful he has been. He signed a long-term contract also with the club. So
Yep.
and he's also come out saying that he wants to win trophies with the team. So hopefully, like now Harry Kane was also going to stay because of the Champions League football. So yeah, positivity all around Tottenham Hotspur right now. So hopefully more things to come. Kulusevski has added
Yep.
a lot of quality as well.
A terrific
So
signing there. A terrific signing there. But Elko, I'll come to you as a manager. When you see both Mohamed Salah and Son Heung-min performing at the level we saw this season, I think they were the best two players as in goal wise by a mile.
Yeah, I always have been
Salah, it's
a big
always
fan.
he's one. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
Elko, go ahead.
Sorry. So I always have been a big fan of Son. Keep in mind he's an Asian player. I just heard like he had some patches where he did really well and then you didn't see him for a while. But I think the biggest win for Tottenham Hotspur this season is Conte. I also have been a big fan of Conte. It's not directly the same style I like to play, but he has a good mix of good defense and good attacking play, and he utilizes him very well. And Asian players, they sometimes need certain attention. And this player as Son, I would always love to have in my team. He's multifunctional. He can play a wing. He can play behind the striker. He could play as a false nine if needed. Has scoring ability, has speed. I like him a lot. I would choose him over Mohamed Salah, although my wife will kill me because my wife is Egyptian. Son, he did really well, and I'm always have been a fan from him, and I'm happy he really stepped up this season.
Absolutely, and when it comes to the Golden Glove, two Brazilians again, Alisson and Ederson won it for their club, 20 clean sheets each. But there were this team of the season discussion. I mean, I was watching other European English channels as well, where they had picked their respective team of the season. We have also made our team of the season, News 9 team of the season. Some interesting picks there, some controversial picks there. So we'll discuss everything with you guys there. So can we have that team of the season, Premier League team of the season 22 this time around? And when it comes to goalkeeper, I think everyone will agree that Alisson is a notch above Ederson when it comes to shot stopping. What say, Hardik?
Yeah, I totally agree to that. He has made 76 saves this season, and the instincts that he has when to leave the goal line, when to stay at the goal line and wait for the players. So he understands the game really well. But I believe Ederson is not a very good stopper of the ball, but he plays very good passes from the back. He distributes the ball really well. So in that segment, Ederson is good, but making saves and instincts-wise, I think that Alisson is a better keeper.
I think we all will, the entire panel will agree on the three defenders, Alexander-Arnold, Ruben Dias and Virgil van Dijk making the right back and two centre back pairings. But for the left back, we have picked Robertson from Liverpool in place of Joao Cancelo from Manchester City. I'll go straight to Elko there before I move to Pramod. Elko, happy with Andy Robertson's inclusion there, or do you think Joao Cancelo did enough to make the team of the season?
The back line that you're showing there, including the goalkeeper, I would fully sign up for, or give it my blessing. The one that I really like is the right wing back of Liverpool, Alexander. If you see his assists, but same for the other side, the left wing, the right wing back I like the most. You see also that he is able basically play into the midfield, has good passing, has good crossing, left and right foot. Just in general, if you look at the back line, I don't think anyone else could be changing that back line.
Absolutely, and Declan Rice make our CDM, although Rodri and Fabinho from Liverpool did give him a good fight, but I think Declan Rice being a youngster playing for a team like West Ham, who again punched above their weight, I think Declan Rice is a genuine shout for that CDM post. What's Elko?
Sorry, I was not following. I was looking at the other players. Forgive me for that. Can you repeat that again? Sorry.
Declan Rice at CDM. What are your thoughts on that? Rodri and Fabinho are two good shouts for that position.
For the in the midfield.
In the midfield, in place of Declan Rice, the central defensive midfield position.
Yes. Yeah, that's a little bit of a difficult one to be honest. Even if I look at Fabinho, in my type of play, I like, especially if you play a 4-3-3, I like a defensive midfielder that is first able to be like I call it always the vacuum cleaner. That means physically strong and be able to cover the back line and has the ability also to go forward, and then the skills. But if you look at Manchester City, a player that is one of the things that I think is lacking for Manchester City. If I look at Guardiola, he always chooses only the football player. I like more a defensive one. So my pick would be Fabinho in that position.
Oh, that's a good shout and a genuine shout as well. But Cristiano Ronaldo as the striker, I'll jump straight to that striker position because I find that one a bit controversial. Why Cristiano Ronaldo, Hardik? Quickly, we don't have much time.
I believe that Ronaldo has been sensational for the Red Devils. United has a very below par season this time around, and Ronaldo in the number 9 position has always stood up for them. Whenever the time came, he was there inside the box, scored the goals through headers, by tap-ins, and I think that he allowed the Red Devils to be at certain point in the season. Otherwise, they would have been at 9th or 10th position.
Maybe fighting relegation.
Yeah.
Anyway, Elko, do you agree with Cristiano Ronaldo in that 11?
Yeah, he can be there. I mean, he has such a status. If there will still be other options, I still have to think.
Harry Kane is there.
But but he didn't do that great this season. But I totally agree that Ronaldo is the only one where I see in Manchester United who actually stepped up on moments that it was needed. Not looking at that he was defensively a little bit less, but he did what he had to do, if you ask me. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely, and we'll quickly move to the flops of the season this time around. There were many big signings, there were many big reputation players who were expected to deliver for their respective teams, but we have shortlisted 5 players who were tad disappointing this season around. Let's start with Chelsea's Romelu Lukaku, followed by Manchester United's Harry Maguire, Paul Pogba, Timo Werner from Chelsea, and Kasper Schmeichel. That are our big letdowns of the season. Hardik, I'll come to you there. Romelu Lukaku, I think many people ahead of the season were expecting him to be there in the Golden Boot race.
Yeah. He made his second debut at Chelsea, and Chelsea fans had a lot of expectations from him when he came from Inter Milan and had a very successful season at Milan. He helped them in winning the Serie A. And basically the problem at Chelsea was at the initial stages of the campaign, he had a tussle with the manager. Then
that interview.
He had some injury issues. Then at Chelsea, the kind of system that he was playing at Inter Milan under Conte, it was different. He didn't have a striker who could partner with him like Martinez.
True.
He was left alone in the striking position, and often we could see that Lukaku didn't take much touches in the game. He wasn't as involved. So maybe even Chelsea's system was responsible for Lukaku's fall in the first season.
And Harry Maguire obviously has to be one of the most disappointing performers for Manchester United in this season.
Yeah, being the captain of the team, one of the most prominent teams in Europe, and
the big price tag that comes with him.
Exactly, making such sloppy mistakes at the back, being so slow. He should govern the defensive line like Van Dijk or Ruben Diaz, but rather he commits mistake himself.
True.
So that shouldn't be the case at Manchester United, being the captain of Manchester United.
Absolutely, and Paul Pogba, again a disastrous season for Paul Pogba for Manchester United, and he may have played his last game for the Red Devils, and we might see him in the Juve color with that old 10 number jersey in the next season, and along with him is Timo Werner. I think when Timo Werner came to the Premier League, there was so much of expectations. He had taken Bundesliga by storm, but back-to-back seasons, I think he has disappointed.
47 goals in 45 matches for RB Leipzig in 2019-20. So that forced Chelsea to sign him. Lampard signed him with a lot of expectations.
True.
But he has been very poor in front of the goal. He's just not able to finish. That has been his problem since he has arrived in England.
Absolutely. These are the big Kasper Schmeichel from Leicester as well. Very crucial cog in their title winning season, but since then it has been a there has been a slight dip in his performances as well. But when we are talking about excitement in the top half of the Premier League, there was intensity, there was excitement in the bottom half of the league. Guys, did you follow the relegation battle as well? Leeds United were amazing. They just snatched their relegation from Burnley. Burnley are down, so are Norwich and Watford. So do you think three deserving relegation candidates there? I'll start with Pramod.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy about Leeds, staying another season. They have passed their litmus test well, and although they are rivals, Everton, I'm kind of glad that they are gonna stay in the league as well, because they have not been relegated since the
Yep.
50s or something like that.
Yep.
So that was quite an intense battle. The way Newcastle, Leeds, and Everton, they've all pulled their socks together, and at the crucial time, they got up.
And I'm pretty sure Richarlison will be under Liverpool fans' radar next season around because of the recent tweets he has done. But only I'll come to you. How happy are you with Leeds United staying up? Because I was going through social media, and fans were absolutely ecstatic because of the legacy Marcelo Bielsa has left for Leeds United, and the way they played and just managed to survive this season.
So Leeds is an easy 6 points for Tottenham, so I'm very happy. Was one thing, but then there's no easy Premier League game, so but yeah, it is what it is. But I am happy that what do you call, dirty Leeds are still in the Premier League, because we don't really have now that Burnley is gone. I don't really see them coming back up into the Premier League again. The parachute payments are there, but still Sean Dyche was really keeping them in the league, but without real investment. The team was hardly getting any money to do like anything, and it's miraculous that they actually stayed up so far. But I just see them going lower and lower in the leagues. So we need a new Stoke, and I don't know if Jesse Marsh is the right kind of guy who is going to get that dirty Leeds back, but it would be there is a character missing in the Premier League, so let's see if Leeds is going to fill that role or not.
And Elko, if we talk about promotions, Fulham are back, Bournemouth are back, and one of Huddersfield or the great Nottingham of past might be back in the Premier League next season if they win that playoff final on May 29th.
Yes, but I have to be honest with you. The lower parts I don't follow that much. The Leeds part I always followed because of Bielsa, of course.
Yep.
Nottingham Forest, as you just mentioned, I remember from my youth time that was one of the bigger teams in England. But I cannot give a judgment on most of the teams that are projected here, where either they go up or down, because I didn't follow that much. Sorry for that.
No issues. Just to give a glimpse of what Nottingham Forest are on the verge of achieving. They were last. They were last in the championship points table during the December phase, and from there on, they have just kick-started and are on the verge of entering the Premier League if they defeat Huddersfield. But gentlemen, we'll take a quick look at the points table, how the Premier League finished for all of us, and it was an enthralling season. And we'll have the Premier League points table there. And Manchester City are the champions again with 93 points. Liverpool again up there with 92 points. Chelsea finished third. Tottenham fourth. Arsenal miss out from the Champions League action. They will be in the Europa League. So will be Manchester United there. Happy with how the points table have panned out, Hardik?
Yes, certainly.
Your surprise pick of this season. I think for me individually, I think I'll pick Brentford as one of the surprises of this season.
Yeah. I think that Thomas Frank brought the best out of Brentford, and since Eriksen joined them in January, like they faced a dip in form in December, November, but since Eriksen joined them, there was creativity in midfield. Then the likes of Tony were able to finish the balls that were delivered by Eriksen. So even Thomas Frank getting into the Premier League after I think 70 years and performing in such a way and ending the season in the mid-table position, it's certainly an achievement for the London club.
Absolutely. We'll quickly wrap up this session. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Before we finish the show, one word answers. Next season's Premier League champions, who are you going for? Pramod, I'll start with you.
Us, Liverpool.
Liverpool. Unni, don't say Tottenham, come on.
Tottenham Hotspur, obviously.
And Elko, which team will you pick for the next season's champion?
Man City, with bringing in a big striker that they signed from Dortmund,
Yep.
I see them getting ahead.
Yep, Erling Haaland will be there for Manchester City. Hardik?
I think that Klopp would be hungry,
Mhm.
and next season Liverpool could win it.
Liverpool could win it. So that's the parting comments from all our panel. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. It was a fun chat. So that's it from our show, the Premier League review. Manchester City won the title in the last day of the entire season. It was Ilkay Gundogan's heroic brace that helped Pep Guardiola lift his 4th Premier League title in 6 seasons. We'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for joining.